So hi guys, welcome back to Data Do Not Lie. What a day three we had yesterday. We said that India should push towards 500, and in the end, India finished with 587. Uh, sometimes at one stage we were thinking that India should push towards 600, but unfortunately the last few wickets fell quickly. But then what an innings from Shubman Gill actually. Like I think the captaincy has really brought the best out of him in his batting. I think previous match also he scored a century, and now this match highest score by an Indian captain on English soil actually. 269 from 387 balls, 30 fours and 3 sixes. Outstanding innings actually. Captain leading from the front, they say. And Shubman Gill is indeed leading from the front. And also Ravindra Jadeja, he also scored 89 runs from 137 balls. There were few questions about his batting form. I hope Ravindra Jadeja has answered those questions. And then Washington Sundar also played a very good innings actually, 42 from 103 balls. So now I think some people would understand why India went for extra batting depth in this match. That batting depth policy has clearly worked out in this match. And
Han,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Welcome.
yeah, and also India scored 587, and now England are currently 77 for three at the end of. In fact, it's day two yesterday, not day three. I thought it was day three. Sorry. Stumps on day two. Yeah, so still 3 more days left. So yeah, at the end of day two, England are 77 for three, and Akash Deep he picked up two crucial wickets. We can say Ben Duckett, who was the centurion in the previous match in that run chase, he got out for a duck, and Ollie Pope, who also scored a century in the previous match, he also got out for a duck. So two big wickets we can say from Akash Deep, and then Mohammad Siraj also dismissed Zach Crawley. So now Joe Root and Harry Brook are batting at the crease. And ideally, India will want to dismiss Joe Root as early as possible because Joe Root, considering his experience, can be a very dangerous player actually. So yeah, for now it looks as though India is in a good position. Now people have started saying that India cannot lose this test match. It's either India win or it is a draw. That is what people are saying now. So do you agree with this now? India cannot lose this test match. Do you think like that?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you see in the first inning, India got that advantage which they couldn't get in the previous test match because they were in the
Yeah,
similar situation there that collapse happened. And as you said that there was selection like the number eight till batting, we had batting till number eight. So yes, it is reflecting in terms of a score. But I would say that still we should wait and see whether these bowlers are able to get England dismissed twice. Then only we can say that this selection is like up to the mark.
yeah,
Because if imagine Washington Sundar wasn't there and Kuldeep was there, so we would have scored around like what we'll say 535, 520. Let's minus
yeah,
those 42 runs of Washington Sundar.
yeah,
But the question is, will Washington Sundar be able to exploit those conditions in the second innings? Because yes, India cannot lose right now because they are even 72 for 3 and they will even take some 77 for 3. Then they'll say take some time. They will, the batters, Brook and Joe Root, they will try to
yeah,
build the partnership. They'll not be able to maintain that run rate which they would have. So the question is, will will be able to get them? You never know with England. Obviously, they can stitch
yeah.
and partnership of around 200, 250. You
No,
never
that is
know.
why
But
I was
right
saying.
now,
That is why
looking,
I was saying. Ideally, India will want to dismiss Joe Root as quickly as possible because Joe Root is that kind of a batter. He can be very
huh,
dangerous. Actually, he can bat slowly. He can take the innings deep. Remember all those Fab Four batters. Joe Root is part of the Fab Four. So all those
yeah,
Fab Four
exactly.
batters have that
He's in a
capability.
very good form. He's in very good form in Test matches. If you see, he has scored so many runs in the previous WTC cycle also, and right now also he's looking good, like in good touch. So that's the only question. Will Washington Sundar and Ravin Jada will be able to like get those wickets? Because you need to get 10 wickets, firstly 7 wickets and then 10 wickets, 17 wickets in a
Yeah,
span of around 3 days. That makes around 6 wickets every day. So let's hope that it does. And again, 2025 emerges a
yeah,
year of all those jinx being broken. But yes, as you said, Shubman Gill, he has answered so many questions. 269 is never easy on any of the pitch, or even we are saying that it's a flat track. the innings, the calmness, the composure which he's showing, and the maturity. Even in the previous innings, he scored a good 147 runs, and this time he converted it to a daddy 100, like 269 runs is on any pitch is a very very good batting.
Yeah, definitely
So
actually,
yes,
and
things are.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
good.
it is good to see India raising the bar actually. Like previous match, if we see India scored 471, it was not enough, and India lost. So now they said, okay, if we are scoring 471 and losing, let's score 580 plus and challenge England more. So it is good to see India raising the bar. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be good. It will be good to see. But the only question will be now, as I said, Akash Deep has got 2 wickets. Siraj is bowling perfectly fine, and even Prasidh Krishna will get, I'm saying you 2 or 3 wickets in this match. Whom do you drop in the next match when Bumrah comes, or will you rest Bumrah again in the third match? That's my question is
Yeah,
because Akash Deep, I remember he was in India only, and he has a knack of getting those wickets very consecutively or very
yeah,
early.
he bowled well. He bowled well in
He was
Australia also.
bowling. He was
In
very bold. He
Australia,
was bowling. Definitely. Australia also, and in Indian condition also he has played and he has bowled really well.
yeah.
So that's a very
No, but
good
I
sign.
think
And
But I think Bumrah is Bumrah, so I think Bumrah will come in place of Akashdeep only, even if Akashdeep does well. Because Bumrah is also not a small bowler, right? He's the greatest
no,
bowler
I'm
of
not
all time.
saying that. I'm not saying that Bumrah is a small. I'm saying whom will you drop?
Yeah,
Will
in place
you?
of Akashdeep, bring Bumrah there, like for like a replacement. That's all. And Bumrah is a much better option, we can say, because if Bumrah is there, we can say guaranteed 4 to 5 wickets in one Test match. So definitely, in
That's
place of Akashdeep, the harsh decision, but Bumrah is Bumrah. He has to come in if he's fit.
But the English batters like started with a very good intent actually. It was only when Ben Duckett got out and then Oli Pop, like he was also he I guess Oli Pop got a bit too overconfident. Like the shot he played, he tried to glance the ball on leg side. He could have
Yeah.
played with a straight bat.
Hey, Akashdeep was on a hat trick then. 2 wickets in two
Ah,
balls. Ben Duckett
yeah.
and then Ollie Pope. We thought he might can pick up a hat trick also, but then Joe Root survived it. But then even Siraj is also bowling well. And I think these conditions are different from Headingley, I think. Do you feel that way? Because Headingley was much flatter wicket than this. So maybe here we might get more
But I
assistance.
guess once the ball gets old, now it's 20 overs old. I guess today will be a very tough test for Indian bowlers, and then where the spin comes into picture. Because a new ball will definitely do all those things. And the kind of length Akashdeep operates on, he's a much fuller, so he gets that swing and seam movement. But I guess Oli Pop, like it wasn't that very good delivery on which he got out. He could have played well. Obviously, Jack Crawley and Ben Duckett also couldn't do much. But still, I like to wait for today's session. If India can do well in today's first session, if they can get those 2 wickets of Root and Brook, then obviously there is nothing stopping India. But
Yeah,
still, with
definitely.
Joe Root on crease, he's just like Virat Kohli. Till the time Joe Root is there, you cannot say that match is over. He has shown time and again what kind of partnership, what kind of innings he can play.
Yeah, definitely. When the Fab Four batters are at the crease, the game is never over. So yeah, Joe Root needs to be. India need to find a way to dismiss Joe Root as quickly as possible. And Harry Brook is also batting well actually. He can also be dangerous. And still, if we see the batters to come for England, Ben Stokes is there, Jimmy Smith is there, Chris Wokes, Bryden Cars. They are also batting very deep actually. So it's very important to keep picking wickets.
Because
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if England bats, imagine today, like tomorrow's till tea and scores around 400, 430, then
yeah,
this match will be a draw. Because India would never try to give them a small target and say that yes, we'll get 10 wickets. Because that's the kind of impact baseball has. If India are not giving over 300, they will never declare. They need to give a target such that the run rate is around 5 or maybe 5.5. Then only, otherwise, so match can also slip. So that's the thing. They need to get a very big lead in this first innings and then maybe get them follow on or bat just for 20 or
yeah,
30 overs, score quick runs, and then maybe go for that fourth inning thing.
yeah. I'm also feeling the same way actually. we need to bowl out England as soon as possible and then go for the follow on because England are chasing so well. So I don't even want to allow them to chase. I don't even want India to bat again. If possible, India can give follow on to them. Even if England sets a target, I think India can chase it down. So I think that will be a much better approach. This is what I am also feeling.
Yeah, that's the thing actually. Yes. So anyhow, a
But
very good day for India yesterday. Like it won all the sessions. If we analyze session wise, all the sessions were, and at a time England at a time came in the innings when England was just waiting for India to declare when Harry Brook and Joe Root were operating from the both the ends.
yeah, yeah.
So
No, why would India declare when they know that England batting can be dangerous? It's good that India batted. But the thing is that now if India needs to give a follow on, India needs to bowl England out before 387. Then only
yeah,
India can give the follow on to England. So I think 387 is the magic number we can say. Of course, India scored 587, but I would want to give follow on to England, and if they
yeah.
can set a
Just
target,
give me a minute. Just excuse me for a minute. You continue. Just give me
yeah,
a
yeah.
minute. You continue.
Yeah, yeah. So before 387, India should bowl out England, and if that happens, then India can give the follow-on, and still England will be trailing by 200 runs. Even if they bat well, they can give a target of say 100 to India or maybe 110 to India. Then India can chase it down actually. So that will be my that is what I want. So we need to see whether still seven more wickets needed. So if India can pick up the seven wickets quickly, then India can give the follow on and then we can see what happens. So I think that is the best possible scenario for India in this situation.
Yeah, so I guess you were talking about the follow on. Like India should try to give follow on to England.
Yeah, 387 I think is the magical number because the trail should be 200, isn't it, for India to give the
Yeah,
follow.
that's the obviously that's the follow on thing. But I guess if India doesn't get a lead of more than 300, it shouldn't give a follow on because batting in fourth inning is altogether a different task. Imagine England
No,
getting
but
out
England are
on.
chasing well, right? Why would you want them to chase?
No, so give them a target now where they find it tricky. You need to bat in third innings if situation arises. Imagine England getting around 380 runs. You have a lead of around 206. Bat for 30 overs, score around 200 runs or maybe 180, 190. Then give them a target of 500 and chase. Ask them to chase in the last day. Give them lesser overs a bit. That's the net run rate should be not below five. I'm saying, and the target should be not below 400. Then you can, but otherwise if you see if they try to like give them a target of around let's say 180, 190 in 20, 25 overs, let's say they try to give that target,
Yeah.
then though they will just quickly they will pounce on that.
But yeah, anyways, England will go for the target because their pass ball approach. Definitely, Brendan McCullum will tell them to go for the target. But I think that is the fascinating thing about this Test series actually, how India counters England's baseball approach in their own conditions. So
And one thing I noticed yesterday that the fielding from the first ball was in and out. They are trying to curtail those boundaries. They are
yeah,
countering that baseball thing. It's not ultra aggressive. There are men at fielding, like fielders at catching position, but there are also boundary riders there. I guess four boundary riders were. That's a very good learning which Shubman Gill has shown that he has made.
yeah, definitely. And slip catching also, there was an improvement yesterday actually. My only worry is don't keep Jaiswal at slips. Keep any other fielder at slips. I think then the catching will be good. Those two catches which they took of Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope, they were dropping those catches in the first test match. Now they are taking those catches, so that improvement is there. Only I think another issue is bowlers should reduce bowling some no balls. I think they're bowling way too many no balls. I think that should reduce because we never know if you take a wicket of a no ball that can cost you. Like for example, previous match Harry Brook got out of a no ball and then he scored 99. So all those small things can make a big difference actually. So still, I would say India should be careful. Like they should not do all these mistakes. If they more mistakes India can reduce, the better for India, I can say.
Yeah. So I guess a very good day was yesterday, and I guess we have discussed nearly every aspect of the game. So,
Yeah. And I had said that many people wanted Arshdeep Singh to play in the playing 11, but I had said that Akashdeep is not a bad bowler. He proved it yesterday. So, yeah, I think this
Hmm.
team is looking decent for me. Batting depth is also there. Bowlers are also there. So, I don't know whether, uh, I mean, Bumrah will still come back next match. Bumrah is Bumrah. He can come in place of anyone. But even in the absence of Bumrah, I feel this team is still decent enough. I don't think it's too bad. So let's see how it goes. Ideally, you would want England to get all out today itself, right? In the first innings.
Exactly, exactly.
And by the end of today's play today, you would want England to get all out.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, what score are you predicting England to get all out on?
Yeah, see, with Joe Root on the crease, I cannot predict right now. Once Joe Root gets out, I can say that. But still, I guess England will go for 450. They will reach till 450. Right now, even with this kind of condition also, because pitch is really very good. And once the ball gets old and stop swing, the swing stops, I guess it will be interesting to see how Washington Sundar and Jadeja operate. Maybe they can get few wickets, but otherwise, if you see the pitch is still in a very good condition.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Like you have predicted England to reach 450, but can we officially say now that India can't lose this Test match? It is either a draw or India win. We can say that, right?
80%, 90%, I will say India cannot lose, but still there is a 10% chance that England can do something, some magic out of here. But right now, I will say yes, India cannot lose it from here.
Yeah. So, percentage wise, if you want to say what percentage India can win, what percentage it can be a draw, that is what I'm asking.
I'll say 40% chance to India winning, 50% draw, and 10% I'll say England has a chance.
Yeah, perfect. Actually, I think that's a perfect way to give the percentages. So yeah, on that note, we come to the end of the day two review of the India versus England second Test match. So hopefully, by the end of day today, if India can bowl out England for maybe less than 400, if India can keep England, I think India will be happy going into the second innings. But personally, I would want to give follow on to England because considering that they are chasing so well, I don't even want to allow them to chase. If we give follow on to them, even if they set a target of 100 or 110 or 120, India can chase it down in the fourth innings. So that is what I would want to do. So let's see whether India can if India that is why we want India to bowl out England as soon as possible so that follow on thing can also come into play. So yeah, on that note, we come to the end of the review. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, like now the test match is getting into the real shape. Now, if you see, if today's day is very important for England and also for India, but if England can stitch a partnership, then this test match can become a bit more interesting.
Yeah, definitely with Joe Root and Harry Brook at the crease. Still, it's game on. But it was happy to see India actually. I think there is an improvement from Team India from the previous two series against New Zealand and Australia. India were one-sidedly they were crumbling. At least against England, they are even though they are losing, they are raising the bar. They are keeping on challenging England now. If
Hmm.
471 is not enough, they are scoring 587. Now, if 587 is not enough, next match they might score 600, I think. So, India, I don't think India is going to spare England until England loses. That is I think
Yeah.
that is the attitude which India are having. And Shubman Gill, captain, leading from the front actually. Before, when he was only a player, he didn't have a single century in Sena countries. But now, as a captain, he has a century and a double century. So that is really good signs for Indian cricket. And it is clear now that Shubman Gill is the future for Indian Test cricket. So yeah, let's see. It's an interesting day three ahead today. Let's see whether India can bowl out England as soon as possible, and then we can see what India can do. So yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow for the review of day three between India and England, this second test match. So until then, please like, share, subscribe to our channel Data Do Not Lie. Post your comments in the comment section. We'll be back again tomorrow. Cheers, guys.